It's starting to look spooky around here. I love to decorate my home for spooky season, for Halloween parties. If you enjoy DIY projects that are not like everything else you're going to see in every other house, stay tuned. Hi, it's Mary, and today I am bringing you a video that will feature a lot of different do-it-yourself Halloween projects for decorating your house. Last season, my theme was haunted house, which I know is not very original, but I had a lot of fun making different projects. I like to do a lot of the projects myself instead of just going to the store and purchasing the same thing that you'll see in all the other houses on the block. So if you are one that likes to decorate for spooky season and you like do-it-yourself projects, stay tuned. I have a lot of great features for you today. The first project that I'm going to talk to you about is this statue that I had by my front door. It's actually made out of cardboard boxes. I had several boxes in my garage that I just staggered them and glued them together with my E6000 glue. And then for the sides here, I just had another piece of cardboard that I cut out the shape, and I would just glue it on there to give it that 3D look. And then this thing is actually really tall. I'm 5'5", so it's a little bit, about the, a little bit taller than me. And then I'll insert a video here of how I used it on my porch. I have a gargoyle that I had purchased years ago at Big Lots, and I put them on top, and it was really cool because when people would enter, it was motion censored, and when he would flap his wings, the whole box would kind of rock like this, and it was really kind of cool. This whole thing is cardboard boxes, except for this top piece is actually just a piece of foam that I had in my garage. And then I used my hot wire cutter, and I just made little notches in it to give it some texture and make it look like concrete. This little piece here is a little wood emblem that I purchased at Hobby Lobby. And then all of this is cardboard that I just cut out and glued on here. All of these pieces here, the words and these little things that look like nail heads and the decorations with the skulls. I used some silicone molds and used hot glue. And then I just peeled them out and then glued the hot glue right onto the plaque part of the front. All of the details that you see along the edges here with the scalloping and the rope look, those are actually the same thing. I used the silicone mold with hot glue gun and then let it cool and then just peeled it right out and then just glued them on. And then I put paper mache over the entire thing, which is newspaper with the glue in the water to give it like a concrete look, and then just gave it a coat of paint. And it was really, really simple to do. It was quite impressive. It was large. It made a nice statement at the doorway, and it was really cute. So everything here is just a dark gray. This is a black, and then of course this is like the copper color. But yeah, it was really fun. Oh, I will say the only parts that I actually purchased as far as the boxes are I needed 3 boxes that were the same size. So I got these at Walmart. They were like 97 cents each. So there's 3 boxes stacked on top of each other. And again, I just glued them together, and then the paper mache kind of sealed everything in place. It purposely looks like all antique and like it's decaying, and I loved that look. So everybody really enjoyed this at the front door. And this was a really fun piece to put together. Super simple. Literally purchased just a few things. Those silicone molds I already had. I did purchase the silicone mold that was the little skulls. I already had the silicone mold that was the alphabet letters. And then this little wood piece here that I painted the copper color. I got that at Hobby Lobby for less than $1. So this whole project with the paint and everything was probably only like $5 or $6. And it was really a nice statement piece for my front door. So on the other side of my door, I featured this little guy. This is actually a look for less that I saw at home. It was about $120 for this lamppost with the crow. And I knew I could do it for way cheaper than that. So off to the Goodwills I went, and this bottom portion from here down is actually just a really large candlestick holder that I purchased at Goodwill for like $3.99. Of course, you're going to have to go around to see what you can find for something similar. But it was very, very cheap. It was the color. I did not have to change the color. And then the piece from here to the top of the pine cone, So from here to here was a decorative piece that I also found at Goodwill, and it was just like a statue or something that you would put on a shelf. And this was like a gold color, so I did paint it to match the part down below. And then the crow I found at Michael's. I waited till they had their 50% off sale, and I think he was like $6 or $7. And then I was going to put the lantern, like the one at Home. I'll insert a picture of that one, and have him holding a lantern in his beak. But this didn't seem very stable, so I didn't want to ruin him, so I decided not to do that. So at Dollar Tree, they had these cute little signs that was a 3-pack, of course, for $1.25, and this one is just hanging around his neck. So this one just says, "Welcome to our haunted home." So he was sitting on one side of the door, and then my "Dare If You Enter" sign was on the other side of the door. So this piece was total good luck finds from several different visits to a Goodwill store. But if you're lucky enough to find a large type of candlestick holder, and then any kind of thing for the bird to sit on, it doesn't really matter what it is. I just thought this pine cone was really cool looking. You can even actually just use another smaller candlestick that has a flat top, and then glue your crow right on top. So this piece was a little bit more expensive because I did have to buy everything, but it's probably less than $15. No, probably about $15 to $20 for the entire thing. But compared to the $120 that At Home wanted, yeah, there was no way I was going to pay that. So I was pretty happy with what I came up with for about $20. So saved myself $100 to do more projects. The next project is one that I was super excited about, and I was so thrilled with the way it turned out. I used this in my entryway. So the video that you're seeing is my entryway of our house. And the skeleton coming out of the mirror is a Look for Less that I got the idea from on Grandin Road. They had one that was selling for $500, and theirs was real, like embellished with crystals and glitter, and it was like silver color. And I knew I wanted something that was a little scarier looking and a little like something that would match my house better. And so I found this adorable picture frame that had this and I took the picture part out and used the glass that was existing, and I used some of the spray paint that is the mirror reflective glass and just dabbed it on with ever so lightly, so it was like a really antique looking mirror. And then I purchased a skeleton, Joanne's, and I took off the bottom half of him, which I used for bones for something else, and I just used his torso, and then I attached him using heavyweight fishing line, and made him so he was coming out of the skeleton, or excuse me, so the skeleton was coming out of the mirror, and it stuck out probably a good 18 inches from the wall. So when people walked by, it was like, encroaching on them. It was really, really nice. And I just love this project. It was easy to do. I did have to purchase like I said, the Goodwill picture frame. I found a nice oval one that was kind of antique looking. I did embellish the glass to make it, instead of clear, have a little bit of reflective, so it looked like an old mirror. And then I purchased my skeleton and then just attached him with the fishing line. It was super easy to hook onto the wall. I just used an existing hook that I already had for some artwork that was there already. And it was really stunning. It had a big impact, and it was super easy, and it was way, 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 way less than the $500 Grandin Road one. So I really loved this one, and I hope if you give it a try that you'll love it too. The next project is one that you have probably seen all over YouTube. It is the Burning Bones fire pit. And this one, when I saw the tutorials online, I was like, I have got to try this. It looked so cool, and it was super easy. It turned out so great, and it's one of those really impressive, like you don't even realize how realistic this thing will look. But so basically the steps are to get a piece of cardboard, you cut it whatever shape and size you want it to be, you collect some sticks and twigs and some bones. I used the extremity bones that were the lower extremity of the skeleton that was coming out of the mirror, and I took those all apart, and those were the bones that I used in my burning fire. And then you purchase yourself some of the Halloween lights, the orange colored Halloween lights, for just a couple bucks. And then you get your spray foam, the insulation spray foam. Definitely wear gloves with that stuff. You do not want to get that stuff on your hands. I don't even know if you can get it off. It's like, you just don't mess around with that gloves with that stuff. So you just get your cardboard, cut it out, put a really small light layer of the insulation foam, lay the lights on there, leaving the part that you plug in, of course, extended so it's not covered in the insulation foam. You don't want that part to be hidden. And then you start putting your twigs and your bones, put a little bit more of the spray foam until you get it to the size and the look that you want. The amount of twigs and bones that you have showing is totally up to you. And then once it's all dry, which is just maybe like 5 or 6 hours for that stuff to totally dry, then you just get yourself some spray paint and spray blotchy. You don't even spray the entire thing. Just squirt, squirt, squirt some of the red color and a little bit of a black or gray if you want it to have like the ashes look to it, which I did in mine. And then you just let that dry, and then it is super strong. It's super easy. It was super impressive. And then I displayed him in my backyard with, I had purchased a small skeleton of a child, and I just had him sitting next to the fire, and I put a wooden stick in his hand, and then at Dollar Tree I found a rubber rat that I just put a hole through the rat. Looks like he was grilling a rat over the fire, and that was kind of fun, and it was really cute and cool. It was super easy, and just plug it in, and it just looks like a glowing fire. And if you try this one, you'll have a lot of fun with it. So at the time I was making these projects, I was not planning on doing a tutorial how-to video, so I don't have the steps along the way, but I have the finished projects that I'm showing you on the side video. But this next one is another one that uses the insulation spray foam in the can. And I have the Pumpkin Jamboree Atmos Effects digital light show. If you have not seen those are really cool.
Suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash.
Halloween is so much fun, so much fun, so much fun. Halloween is so much fun, trick or treat.
Digital decorations. I'll put a link down below where you can get those, but those are really impressive and fun. And I needed something to put my 3 pumpkins on from my Pumpkin Jamboree. So I made 3 different stumps out of the insulation foam. So each one is just I made the center one a little bit higher, and then the 2 side ones were about the same height, but just different shapes because these are totally organic, and whatever shape you want them to be and whatever size you would use them for. But they're really lightweight, and this guy is, so I'm going to walk you through the steps here. The base I just did cardboard just to have something so it'd be nice and stable. And then I got myself some chicken wire and just made it into a tube, like a cylinder tube, attached it, using the chicken wire itself to attach to itself. And then I scrunched down the top part. And then I put inside of it, I just put some scrunched up newspaper just to kind of fill in that inside a little bit. And so then I just have my chicken wire shaped, and then I got the spray insulation foam and just started doing lines all the way down. Each one of these is a line going from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom to give it the wood look to it. And then the top just kind of filled in the top there. And then of course I have my gloves on, so while it was still soft, not extremely like sticky like the first few minutes, but I waited like maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then I just pushed it down and shaped it because I wanted this part to be nice and flat for my pumpkin to sit on. And then if any of these are expanding too much, you can kind of, while it's still in that soft stage with your gloves, you can shape it down and mold it to squish it down a little bit. And then I just painted it with a dark brown. Then I put a little bit of an extra dark brown to give it some highlights. And then I put some of the green toward the bottom to give it like a mossy look. And these are super easy to make. They were a little time consuming, but they're really lightweight. They're very sturdy. Once that insulation foam dries, they're very hard and sturdy. So they worked perfect to display my pumpkins. But this year my theme is going to be like a haunted bayou, haunted swamp kind of theme. And so I'm going to have these out there again just because obviously with the tree stumps, they fit that theme as well. But super cute, super easy to make, and gives it a nice authentic look for your pumpkins to sit on, or just for anything that you might need a tree stump for. So I will hope that you try this out. If you have a need for a wood look stump, I don't know how many people need that for their Halloween decorations, but it worked perfect for what I needed, so I definitely wanted to show it with you. The last project is another one that I am super proud of the way it turned out. This one was pretty time consuming, and I actually have it packed away right now, so I'm just inserting video. But it is the haunted spell book with the magic potion that swirls around. This one, I got the idea from another YouTuber. I will put a link to that video because they go in detail. But it was actually super easy to make. It was just a lot of steps. So you basically find yourself a book, and then you're going to Mod Podge the outside of it to give it like an antique look, put whatever decorations, words you want on it. I also used my silicone molds with my letters, the hot glue gun letters for that. And then you have to make a like a cave, an indentation, a hole inside your book for your motor with a magnet attached to it inside your book. So you're going to use a razor blade, and very meticulously you're going to cut through the pages and pages and pages until you get a good 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep, enough that your motor is hidden and that you can attach your magnet on top of the little motor that's going to spin. And then when you put your spell bottle, your potion bottle on top, you have a magnet inside of your bottle. And this magnet that's hidden under the book here, under the cover of the book, is going to engage with the magnet that's in the bottle, and it's going to give it that swirling potion look to it. So the effect is incredible, but it is a lot of steps, it is a lot of work. The magnets and engines and everything, the little motor that's there, I glued inside the book so it's not wobbling around. It's all battery operated. I'll put links to everything that I can that I purchased on Amazon. There are several supplies that I purchased on Amazon, the paints and silicone molds and stuff like that. I will have those all in the description box. So if you are interested in trying out any of these projects, you can find your supply list down in the description box. But this one was really fun. It was like very impressive. It looked like magic, really, and it wasn't that hard. It was just very time consuming. So give yourself some time if you want to do this one. Cutting out those pages with that razor blade, that was quite a task. So if you enjoy this one, if you like the look of it, give it a try. I think you'll be pleased with the way it turns out. For this part of the video, I'm just showing you some of the other decorations that I either purchased or made as DIY projects. These books were just books that I made my own covers for. This little haunted doll I purchased on Amazon. This is another one of the Atmos FX digital decorations, and I'll put a link to the video of how I made this globe below. And I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video today. Like I said, all the information that I can link, I will have in the description box, along with ideas that I got off of other YouTubers. I'll have those video links in the description as well. And I hope that you have an enjoyable spooky season and that you have fun with all of your do-it-yourself projects like I have. And it's time for me to get started on this year's project. So stay tuned for that next project, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying this. I am brand new to this channel, and I would really appreciate the support. So I will see you next time. Bye.